Hello and welcome to the Hobby Corner. My name's Kev and this is my Mortal Realms series. In this episode we're going to be building and painting our series exclusive model Xandria Azurebolt. So stick around to find out more. Now before we get started, please make sure that you subscribe and you click the bell icon so that you get notifications whenever I upload videos, so you don't miss a thing. Also, plenty of links down below if you want to support the channel in any way possible. Buy me a coffee through PayPal. You can subscribe through Patreon, or you can just click on that link to Forbidden Planet and order your issues through there, and I'll get a little kickback that way. So without further ado, let's get on to building our exclusive model. Okay, so let's get to it. So before we get started, make sure that you got your sprue, have a good look at it. It's got the numbers on the pieces as well, so familiarize yourself with the instructions. Then you'll need all your bits, so the clippers, mold line remover. A hobby knife is optional. You'll need the plastic glue, and I like to have a bit of super glue just so I can temporarily glue it to the base before doing any basing. So once you've got your bits together and you've familiarized yourself with the instructions, you can start clipping. Make sure that the flat side of the clippers are facing the model, and just clip as close to the model as possible so you have as little left over of the plastic as possible. Once you're finished with that, then get your mold line remover and just start gently scraping them off. Remember, there are going to be some delicate areas, so just take your time with these and gently remove the mold lines or the flash as carefully as possible. Once you're done with that and you've clipped out all the bits that you need, you can start putting a little bit of glue along the edges where you need to glue them. Make sure that you do double check those instructions and you dry fit, which is to put the pieces together without gluing them, just to see where the pieces go, so that when you go to glue them, you know exactly where to put them. You see I got a bit confused here, and I went to put the back on before I put the bottom part of the cloak. You shouldn't actually have to worry about any gaps either, because the plastic glue will help fill those out and sort of melt the plastic together. Is kind of what it does. So it's now that you have that opportunity to have a look at ways you can convert it. One simple way is just to change the head. You may have to trim the collar down because it is quite large and it can take up a lot of space, so anything with fancy headdress or tassels or something might not fit easily, but a regular helmet could easily be replaced there. Also, if you're going to replace the weapons, one way of doing that, or just swapping the hands even, one way of doing that is to glue the hands on so that the wrists are glued on nicely. And then you can cut at the wrist with a hobby knife, so you get a nice clean edge, because if you use the clippers then you'll kind of get like a slightly pointed cut. So you could do that, and then you can swap over, you know, the hands holding something else, or if you want to change the staff into a weapon, you can just cut just below the top of the staff and then put a weapon head on there instead. So there's lots of different things that you can do to vary up the model with simple little conversions like that. And if you're a bit more confident with converting and modeling, then you can always, you know, do a lot more with it as well. But this is a great opportunity just to be creative, really. And there we go. See it there, it looks pretty good. So again, I do use a little bit of super glue. I just like put a little dab on one foot just to hold it onto the base for painting, and then when it comes to doing the base, I can just snap it off and Bob's your uncle. But do make sure that you remember to let it dry before you start handling it, otherwise it's just going to keep falling, as you can see, like that. being a total noob right now. But I just couldn't wait. I was too happy. I think actually at the time I was dying to go to the toilet, so I just wanted to show on camera. But there you go. It's nice and easy, and that's all I can say really. Just, yeah, there you go. Look, there you go. See, look, I gave it a little time, and I can just flip it about however I like. So as you can see, it is a lot more different than the previous kits that we've had, or the easy to build kits were very much push fit. This one, multi-part, it's a lot different, but we'll be getting more kits like this in the future. And it does make it a little bit easier if you want to customize your model, and you can chop and change bits from other kits if you have the spare parts to, you know, get creative. So now that we've done that bit, let's go to the very quick and easy painting section. Okay, so here's the painting section. So what you're going to need is your starter brush, a pot of fresh water, a palette of some description, it could be an old plate or whatever, your model, and of course I put it on the handle, and the Retributor Armor Gold. Now as you see, I have already got paint on it. That's because I used the spray can just to get the majority of the work done. I will say that with the metallic spray paints, especially the gold, you need to shake it a lot more than you normally would, and be a bit more careful when you're spraying it. So just, you know, quick short bursts, because it's very easy to overspray it, because the nature of the metallic paint means that it doesn't look like it's got a good covering. So once you've done that and you allowed it to dry, I always, as always, do a quick thin layer of that color that I've sprayed it with the brush, just so I can get all the bits and pieces that I've missed, because of course if you try and spray every single centimeter of the model with an aerosol can, you're going to end up spraying the rest of the model too much, and then you blur out all the details and stuff. So get the paint on that brush, not all the way to the top, sort of like halfway or 3/4, but never up to the furrow, and then just start painting it section by section so you can keep track. But you will be able to notice the difference, because the paint from the pot is a lot richer in pigments. So just go along, get a nice sort of consistent covering. Make sure you don't water it down too much, because it will split, and then it won't, you won't get a nice covering. Just the tiniest bit of water will do, just to wet it slightly. And there you go. Look, as you can see, you can get all those nooks and crannies that I've missed, and it looks great. So once it's finished, it should look something like this. And there you have it. So it's really quick and easy to do. So just follow those guidelines and it will look exactly like the rest of your forces, until we move on to more paints and future issues where we get to paint up a lot more. So thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and there's loads of links down below for awesome groups and places to get inspiration. Plus, don't forget to check out the Chill Network website as well. Got my t-shirt to represent, so go check them out. Full of fantastic free content to just keep yourself going in this lockdown. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.